Lesson 4, Crashing Crust, Origins of Earthquakes and Volcanoes. You are going to learn how earthquakes and volcanoes happen. You will also learn how earthquakes and volcanoes support the theory of plate tectonics. Before we begin, we are going to use three terms that may be new to you. Key terms for Lesson 4. Fault, the boundary where two plates meet. In the picture to the right is the state of California. The red line shows a fault line. This line is called the San Andreas Fault. Volcano, an opening in the Earth's crust where magma is pushed out. There are two pictures below to look at. The first picture is a volcano that is erupting with magma flowing out. The second picture is a diagram of the different parts that make up a volcano. You can hit pause to look at these different parts before moving on to the third term. The last term is earthquake, a sudden movement in the Earth's crust caused by pressure at a fault. The picture below shows the different parts of an earthquake. You can hit pause to learn those names that make up parts of the earthquake. Background information. What evidence have you learned that supports the theory of plate tectonics? So far, you have been learning about evidence that mostly only scientists could figure out with equipment, calculations, and fieldwork. However, there is some evidence that you may have witnessed or observed yourself. Earthquakes and volcanoes are also evidence to support plate tectonics. Have you ever experienced an earthquake? Have you ever seen a volcano? The picture below shows where the earthquake happened in Washington, D.C. There are two questions that we need to think about and answer. The first one, what causes earthquakes and volcanoes? Number two, how are earthquakes and volcanoes evidence to support plate tectonics? Think about what we learned in Lesson 3 about the different ways plates moved. If you need to go back to video from Lesson 3 to help you answer these, or you can go back in Lesson 4 to help you answer these questions. After you've answered these questions, you are ready for Part 2 to learn more about volcanoes and earthquakes.